Hey everyone, welcome. I'm Kirsten and this channel is all about how I explore the world as an autistic person. Today I want to talk about the kind of traveling no one wants to do, the kind of traveling when a loved one far away dies. Now, in previous videos I have addressed several of the challenges that come with traveling as an autistic person. You have the sensory overload in airports, you have the crush of people, especially at certain times of the year. You have airport processes and procedures that you may not be comfortable with. You have to interact with strangers, which, let's just say that autism often goes hand in hand with social anxiety. Imagine all of this, and you're by yourself, and you're going to a place where someone close to you has died. That was me back in December of 2004 when my dad passed away. His death was not expected, but not unexpected, if that makes any sense. He'd been very sick, he'd gone through major surgery, and we thought he'd have longer. At the time, I hadn't received my autism diagnosis. We didn't even know my son was autistic. He was just over a year old. I'd also lost my job not long before, so it was a horrible time. I had to travel alone. It just wasn't feasible for my husband and son to go with me. And it was December, which meant it was a super busy time to travel, and everyone was full of the joys of the Christmas season. The tips I'm offering you today are based on things I did to get through that journey and things that in retrospect I wish I had done. Number one, make sure you have an open line of communication with your loved ones while you're in transit. That means the loved ones you live with, who you are leaving behind, and the loved ones you are traveling to. Grief is unfamiliar territory, even if you've experienced it before, because every grief journey is unique. It is a very heavy weight to travel with, and the journey is much less difficult if you can call someone, text someone, jump on a FaceTime call when you're struggling. Back in 2004, I don't even think we had smartphones. Airport Wi-Fi was definitely not a thing. I had to buy internet time while I was on layover in Amsterdam. I think I bought an hour of time, and that gave me the opportunity to email back and forth with my husband, with my brother, with my mom. Now it's a lot easier. We have more or less constant access to the internet, no matter where we are. All of the airports offer free Wi-Fi, and you can even buy Wi-Fi access on most airplanes these days. Yes, that costs money, but it may be worth it if being in contact with loved ones can help you get through a 12-hour flight. Having that bit of familiarity helps so much when everything about the situation you're in is unfamiliar. Tip number 2. When you show up at the airport, ask the airline check-in staff if they can seat you beside an empty seat. Something I discovered when my dad died is that grief takes up a lot of room. It's not only heavy, it's big. And having space, physical space, can be helpful. So tell the airline agent what has happened and that you are traveling because of the death of someone close to you. 99 times out of 100, if there is an empty seat on that plane, they will put you beside it. If the flight is full, they will not be able to do this, but they may still be able to move you to a different part of the airplane where you will at least be able to get up and move around without having to interact with the person sitting beside you. About 10 years ago, my aunt died. That's another time I had to make this journey of grief. She lived near Johannesburg, and when she died, my mom was in Cape Town visiting my brother. My mom and my brother immediately flew to Johannesburg, and when they told the airline staff why they were flying, they were given a row to themselves. It didn't make the grief go away, but having the space made it so much easier for them. It's something I wish I had thought of when my dad died. Number 3, as soon as you get to the boarding gate, ask for priority boarding. If you have an invisible disability like autism, this is something that can help you anyway. If you're dealing with something as difficult as bereavement, it can be so important. Now, if you already told the check-in agent about your circumstances, they may have indicated priority on your boarding pass already. If they didn't, ask the gate agent. They will accommodate you. They want you to be okay, and they will understand that the last thing you want is to be jostled among everyone else during general boarding. When you land, get off the airplane if you're seated near the front. If you're seated in the middle or at the back, stay on your seat, relax, wait for everyone else to leave. You just get more peace and quiet doing it that way. Number 4, another one I wish I'd done, take along a pair of noise-cancelling headphones. One of the hardest elements of my journey when my dad died was that it happened right around the time the Christmas season was ramping up. So when I was in the airport and on planes, I was having to listen to Christmas music and people chattering about going home for the holidays and seeing their families. I would certainly never begrudge someone their happiness. Obviously, I want everyone to be happy, but I didn't want it so in my face. Having noise-cancelling headphones would have allowed me to kind of block that noise out. Most onboard entertainment systems have standard headphone jacks, so you would be able to use your own headphones with them. The airline-provided headphones are functional, but they don't have great noise-cancelling capabilities. And number 5, my final tip, take a range of things to do while you're traveling. The onboard entertainment only takes you so far during the best of trips, and when you are traveling during a time of grief, you will not be able to predict how you will be feeling. Maybe you will want to distract yourself from what has happened by reading, watching movies, doing anything that will help you not think about your departed loved one. Or maybe it will be the opposite. Maybe you will want to immerse yourself in the grief. So have a notebook and pen handy to journal how you're feeling and write down some memories of your loved one. Make sure your phone or music player is loaded with your go-to sad music. You know, we all have those songs that speak to us when we're feeling down. If your loved one enjoyed doing crosswords or Sudoku, have a book or an app with crosswords or Sudoku. In other words, allow yourself to be guided by however you're feeling, and that means allowing for a wide range of emotions. Traveling to pay final respects to someone you love is excruciating. Hopefully these tips will make it a little easier for you. Above all, be kind to yourself. If you're worried about experiencing an autism meltdown when you travel, check out this video right here. That's it for this video. I'll see you next time.